Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Soul Emotion Pros. Check this out. They say that they're designed for calls and made for music. Well, we're going to put them to the test, EBPMAN style, with a call quality and audio test, and we'll review all of the features. Let's go ahead and check them out. Now before taking a closer look at the actual Soul Emotion Pros, let's talk about the specs for a little bit. So you're looking at 7 hours of battery life, 36 hours with the case, but it all really depends on if you're going to have active noise canceling on or off. So 36 if you have active noise canceling off, 28 if you have active noise canceling on. Now, you do have fast charging, so 15-minute charge is going to give you 1 hour of usage. Now, these feature 10mm drivers, and they can also be used independently. They have active noise canceling, and 3 mics are actually handling that active noise canceling technology. Just making sure that it can cancel out all the noise. You're looking at Bluetooth 5.1, and you do have multi-point technology, which is actually really good. That means that if you have a cell phone and a tablet, or a cell phone and a computer, and you're watching a movie, playing a game, and then a call comes in, it's going to switch automatically, so that's really good. Now, it does have a total of 6 mics, right? And these mics are not only going to provide active noise canceling, but they're also going to handle environmental noise, right, to give you the best audio experience. They have transparency mode, and they have an IPX5 rating. Now, as we take a closer look at the Soul Emotion Pros, what we'll find is that we have a wireless charging case, and you can see the wireless charging symbol right here. You have USB-C in the back. In the front here, you then have your earbuds, and the earbuds case is really nice. Locks in really nice, very responsive case. Things won't come out. And the accessories that you're going to get with this is you're going to have 2 sets of ear tips that you're going to be able to use. You also have a carabiner that you're going to be able to use to hook up right here if that's something that you're really into. The earbuds have a different design than what we've seen in the past from them. So you'll notice as you look at them right here, they are an in-ear model. So you can see that right here, in ear. But they don't go significantly deep in your ear. They're actually wider on the outside than they are in the, as far as depth goes in the inside. And you can see what they look like. So you can see the sensors right there, or actually the contact points for charging. There's no physical button, so everything is tap, and you can see the mics and then also the LED lights. Now if I put these on so you can see what they look like, this is what they look like. I'm going to turn to the right, and I'm going to turn to the left. And they have a pretty small profile. I don't really feel them sticking out. And they also feel really good in your ears. So from a fatigue perspective, they didn't experience any fatigue at all. Now from an audio perspective, bass, mids, and highs are present, but I'm going to say that these favor more the bright side. So you do have an EQ, you can make some adjustments, but as you'll hear from our audio test, I feel that they're more on the bright side. They are clear, they don't compete with each other, and the adjustments that you make can tweak your overall bass experience if that's something that you're really into.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different, still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments, doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors.
Next, let's talk about active noise canceling, transparency mode, and the app. So active noise canceling is present, transparency mode is well. Transparency mode does not sound robotic, but it also doesn't give you super hearing. Active noise canceling does a really good job of canceling out noise, and I'm going to just turn it on right here so you can see that for a second. And right now what I hear, at least in this area, is kind of like a very soft shushing as everything just goes away. We also then have transparency mode, and then when you choose transparency mode, you're also then able to hear what's going on around you, and it doesn't sound really robotic, but again, like I mentioned, it's not super hearing. You also then have your normal mode, and as you're switching through each one of these, you do get a little I would say, confirmation, right? So as soon as I hit normal mode, I heard that I'm on normal mode. But it doesn't tell you that with ANC mode or transparency. Now, you'll notice that we have an equalizer here, and this is kind of like what the default is. You can choose blues, vocal, rock, and as you change from each one of them, you'll see how your presets will change. Or you could go for the soul setting, right? And in my case, I really like the blues setting, and that's what I've been doing my testing on. You can also do a reset in the EQ, and as you can see, the app does tell you the battery level of the earbuds. Now next we're going to do our call quality test of the Soul Motion Max in a quiet environment. We take a look at our decibel readings. Anywhere between 24 and 26 decibels of noise. Let's go and switch. This is what the call quality would sound like making a phone call on the Soul Motion Max in a quiet environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Next, let's add some wind to this environment. This is what the Soul Motion Max would sound like with wind in the environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. We're continuing our test of the Soul Motion Max, but this time in a noisy environment. And as you can see by our decibel readings, anywhere between 38 and 77 decibels of noise. We're going to switch to the Soul Motion Max. We're going to stay quiet for a couple seconds and see how much is canceled, and then we'll continue with the vocal test. Let's go and switch. This is what the call quality would sound like making a phone call with the Soul Motion Max in a noisy environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. We're continuing our test of the Soul Motion Max, but this time with an infant crying in the background. This is what they would sound like if an infant were crying in the background. Continuing our Soul Motion Max test, but this time with dogs barking in the background. This is what they would sound like if you have dogs barking in the background. Now, if you're wondering what the Soul Motion Max would sound like with the doorbell ringing in the background, this is what they would sound like with the doorbell ringing in the background. So guys, that wraps up our review of the Soul Motion Max. See you in the next video.